Welcome to Finance with Avery. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 CD certificate of deposit accounts ranked by APY annual percentage yield for June 2024. Now, I do these videos every other month or so, and I'll leave a link to the playlist down in the description. And from the last time I did this video in April 2024, there have been a couple of accounts that have dropped their APY and one account that raised its APY. So there is some shuffling of this list for sure. A new number one, an account that dropped out because of lowering its APY, in the tie in the top 5. So there's actually more than 5 accounts. And I'm also going to talk about a couple of honorable mentions. I have the video broken down into chapters down in the description, so you can skip around and jump to wherever section you want to, or enjoy the whole video however you want to do. Because before I get into the list, I'm going to go over some of the things that all of these accounts have in common. And if you've watched my videos before, then you know about that section and you pretty much understand that. So you may want to skip ahead of that if you want to. And also recently I did a video about CD accounts explained using pros and cons. So check that video out. It's very detailed and in-depth. I'll leave a link down in the description for that as well. And recently, Investopedia did a poll on CD accounts and asked people if they had an extra $10,000 right now, where would you likely put it? Now, the number one response was individual stocks, as you see on the graph, at 19%. But at number 2, tied, was CDs and ETFs. So a lot of people responded saying that they would put that extra $10,000 right now in a CD. And that survey was conducted back in late April. And they stated that back in December and January, that response was 11% and 9%. And then back in March, that response was 8%. So it's a growing response that people would put extra money in a CD account if they had it right now, because that CD account offers that safety and security, but also a nice high yield if you choose the right CD account. And speaking of yields with CD accounts, the national average for CD account APYs, as you see right there on the screen, is around 1.5%, depending on the term length. And now in my video right here, all of the CD accounts I'm talking about are going to be definitely higher than that for sure. Even more well-known banks that are not on this list because of their CD account APYs not being high enough still offer APYs higher than that national average. Like Ally, for example, I'll show you theirs on the screen right there. Marcus by Goldman Sachs, you can check theirs out right there on the screen, higher than the national average. Capital One, very well-known bank, higher than the national average. You see that? So yeah, there are definitely well-known banks out there with higher CD account yields than the national average. Now I'm going to go into the section of the video about features that all of these accounts have in common, and then we'll jump into the honorable mentions in the top 5 list, and I'll show you some CDs that are definitely much higher APYs than the national average. And before we jump into the list, I want to go over some of the requirements and things that all of these accounts have in common on this list. So all of the accounts in this video are FDIC insured. So they have the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation backing with them. And that is an independent agency that was created by Congress during the Great Depression to maintain stability and public confidence in the nation's financial system. And typically they're going to protect your account up to $250,000. So if something went wrong with the bank or financial institution that you have your money in, the CD account, savings account, or whatever that are FDIC insured, then the FDIC would step in and pretty much make you whole. So you would not lose your money, even if that bank collapsed or went under, bankrupt, anything like that. You will be made whole. Your funds will be returned to you by the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And actually, no customer has ever lost funds in an FDIC insured bank, even if that bank has gone under or gone bankrupt. No customer with an FDIC insured bank has ever lost funds since the FDIC was created. So it's very important for your money to be FDIC insured. I personally would not open an account with any bank or financial institution that was not FDIC insured. So yeah, next up here, all of the APYs are fixed rate APYs, which means the rate that you get when you sign up for these CD accounts will remain the same for the length of the CD. So if it's a 9-month CD, 6-month CD, no matter how long it is, the APY you get when you sign up is going to remain the same throughout. So even if that bank lowers the APY for that specific term CD next month or 2 months from now, that won't pertain to you. You will keep the same APY that you got when you sign up. So you're pretty much locking in that rate, locking in that APY. So that works both ways though. However, if the rate goes up next month or 2 months from now, then you would still get that same rate that you had before, that lower rate, basically. So it kind of goes both ways. It can work for you, it kind of against you having a fixed rate. A fixed rate is typically good because you know how much you're going to get paid with your interest. You know, no matter what's going on with the market, the economy, the federal funds rate, anything like that, you lock in that certain rate and you know, okay, for the next 6 months, for the next year, for the next 14 months, however long, this is the APY I'm getting on that amount of money that I put in the CD. So yes, all of the accounts in this video have fixed rate APYs, which is pretty much a standard thing with CD, certificate of deposit accounts. That's one of the things that makes them different from savings accounts, because savings accounts typically have variable rate APYs. No matter how long you have your money, you just have your money sitting in a savings account, and that APY could change like 3-4 times in a year, basically. So that's one of the main differences between savings accounts and CD accounts, is that rate being fixed with CD accounts and the rates being variable with savings accounts. Next up here, common feature that all of these accounts have is that none of them have a monthly maintenance fee. So you don't have to worry about any kind of $2, $3 fee or anything being thrown at you just for having the account open. Next on the list, there is an early withdrawal penalty that ranges between these accounts. So you put your money in these accounts for this certain term limit, 6 months, 9 months, however long. So you're pretty much locked into that period. You can take your money out, the principal amount you put in the interest. However, you will get hit with a penalty, and that ranges sometimes like 180 days worth of interest or 60 days worth of interest. Different banks and financial institutions have different penalty amounts. Now, often you can take the interest that you earn out every month. So once the interest is paid out, you could typically, on a lot of accounts, transfer that to a different account or something like that, take that out, and that's fine. You won't get a penalty for that. However, if you try to take that principal amount, however amount your CD is, $10,000, $7,000, $20,000, $50,000, whatever it is you put in the CD, if you try to take that out before the term limit ends, that 6 months, 9 months, whatever the term limit is, then you will get hit with the penalty. Now, there are no penalty CDs where you can withdraw all of your money out anytime and not get hit with the penalty. Typically, there's like a lockup period for like 7 days or something like that, or 10 days, different kind of ranges. But after that, you could take your money out within that 6 months, 9 months, or however, and not get hit with a penalty. Those are no penalty CD accounts. And I do make top 5 lists for no penalty CD accounts. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in that, if you want to check that out. So yeah, those accounts do exist, and there are some nice high APYs with some of those accounts as well. But yeah, on this list, these top 5 CD accounts do have a penalty associated with them if you take the money out early. So typically, a CD account is good for somebody who has a lump sum of money, wants to earn a nice high yield on it, wants that money to be safe and not lose value of the principal, and wants to be able to get to that money at a certain time and earn interest on it, basically. But yeah, all of these accounts do have an early withdrawal penalty associated with them that ranges if you were to do that with the money that you put in the account. Also, there are various initial deposit requirements for the CD accounts in this video. Some of them don't have an initial deposit requirement, and some of them do, whether it be $500, $1,000, and so on and so on. When we get to the list, I'll tell you exactly what the initial deposit requirement is for each of these accounts, whether or not they have one or whether they do, and how much that amount is. So yeah, there are various initial deposit requirements with the CD accounts on this list. And also, all the banks and financial institutions on this list have a mobile app available on the Apple and Google Play app stores where you can, check out your account and do different things with your account on your phone with the mobile app that's on the app store from that financial institution. So it makes it very convenient to be able to check out your account. And now that we've gone over that section, let's jump into this list, starting with an honorable mention that's no longer an honorable mention, but I still want to mention it because its APY was lowered. And I'm talking about the Barclays 6-month certificate of deposit. A couple of months ago, this CD was at 5.30% APY. It was in my honorable mention section, but since then, the APY has dropped down to 4.85. That is the biggest drop that I've seen in a CD account on this list recently. I'm not mentioning it as an honorable mention, but I'm mentioning it as out of the honorable mentions because of that big drop in the APY. Now, with this account, there's no minimum deposit required to open it, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this account: if you had $25,000 in this account at 4.85% APY for 6 months, after 6 months with the interest compounding daily, that $25,000 would be around $25,599.54. Barclays traces his roots back to 2 goldsmith bankers, John Freeman and Thomas Gauld, who were doing business in London in 1690. In 1736, Freeman's son Joseph took his brother-in-law James Barclay on as a partner, and the name has remained a constant presence in the business ever since. Barclays is a British multinational universal bank with a headquarters in London, England. Barclays offers personal, business, investment, and corporate banking services and products and more. Now let's get into the honorable mention section. First honorable mention here I have is the Bread Financial 12-month CD at 5.25% APY. There is a $1,500 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this account at 5.25% APY for 12 months with the interest compounding daily, after 12 months that $25,000 would be about $26,313.24. Bread Financial is a financial services company offering credit cards, loans, savings, and CD accounts. Bread Financials was formerly known as Alliance Data, which was formed by a combination of JCPenney's credit card processing unit and the Limited's credit card bank business. Alliance Data changed its name to Bread Financial Holdings in March 2022. Bread Savings is a product of the Community Capital Bank and was founded in 1996 with a headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. Another honorable mention we have here is the Limelight Bank 12-month certificate of deposit at 5.25% APY. There is a $1,000 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, same as the previous account. If you had $25,000 at 5.25% APY for 12 months with the interest compounding daily, after 12 months, that $25,000 would be about $26,313.24. Limelight Bank is an online bank that Capital Community Bank, CC Bank, launched in 2017. Capital Community Bank was founded in 1993 with the headquarters in Provo, Utah. The Utah-based community bank positioned Limelight as an eco-friendly alternative to traditional banking that's involved in eco-friendly initiatives. Limelight offers multiple term CD accounts. And the next honorable mention is the Popular Direct 3-month or 6-month certificate of deposit at 5.30% APY. And there's a $10,000 minimum initial deposit required to open the account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Couple of calculation examples for this one. If you had $25,000 in this account at 5.30% for 3 months with the interest compounding daily, after 3 months that $25,000 will be about $25,324.57. Now for 6 months, if you had $25,000 in this account at 5.30% APY for 6 months with the interest compounding daily, after that 6 months, that $25,000 will be about $25,653.35. Popular Direct was launched in 2016 as an online-only bank that's a subsidiary of Popular Bank. Popular Incorporated was founded in 1893 and does business as Banco Popular in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands and Popular Bank in the United States. Popular Direct offers an online savings account and various term CDs. Popular headquarters is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And now we're done with the honorable mentions, but we have one account that is out of the top 5 previously from the ranking video I did in April 2024, and that is the First Internet Bank 12-month certificate of deposit. Previously, it was at 5.31% APY, but that has been lowered down to 5.26% APY. And there's a $1,000 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 at 5.26% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 12 months, that $25,000 would be about $26,313.09. First Internet Bank was founded in 1997 by entrepreneur David B. Becker, incorporated in October 1998, and opened to the public in February 1999. It is primarily involved in online retail banking and investment in securities. First Internet Bancorp is the parent company of First Internet Bank, and per their website, they were the first state charter FDIC insured institution to operate entirely online. Their headquarters is in Indianapolis, Indiana. And now that we've gone over some honorable mentions and the account that is out of the top 5, let's get into this top 5 list. Starting with number 5, we have the CFG Bank 12-month certificate of deposit that has lowered its APY. Previously, it was at 5.40%, and now it's down to 5.31%. And with this account, there's a $500 minimum deposit required to open it, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this account at 5.31% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 12 months, that $25,000 will be about $26,326.19. CFG Bank is a privately owned community bank founded in 1927 with headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland. CFG Bank offers various personal banking deposit accounts and banking services, and also commercial banking, loans, cash management, and more. And at number 4 is the New Tech Bank 6-month CD that was previously at 5.55% APY, but it since has been lowered down to 5.35% APY. There's a $2,500 minimum initial deposit required to open this account and a maximum deposit amount of $250,000. With this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this account at 5.35% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 6 months, that $25,000 would be about $25,659.64. New Tech Bank is backed by New Tech One, which is a publicly traded company. New Tech One offers payment, lending, insurance, and technology products. New Tech Bank was founded in 1963, and they offer personal savings and CD accounts, and business savings and checking accounts. New Tech Bank headquarters is in Miami, Florida. And at number 3 is a CIBC certificate of deposit account at 5.36% APY. Now they have 2 terms available at that APY currently, a 12-month and a 13-month. And with either of these accounts, there's a $1,000 minimum initial deposit required to open it and a maximum deposit amount of $5 million. And with both of these accounts, the interest is compounded and credited monthly. Couple of calculation examples for this one. If you had $25,000 in this account at 5.36% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 12 months, that $25,000 would be about $26,336.68. Now, if you had the 13-month account with $25,000 at 5.36% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 13 months, that $25,000 would be about $26,451.24. CIBC stands for Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, which is a Canadian multinational banking and financial services corporation headquartered at CIBC Square in the financial district of Toronto, Ontario. CIBC was formed in 1961 through a merger between Canadian Bank of Commerce, which was founded in 1867, and Imperial Bank of Canada, which was founded in 1873. CIBC United States provides commercial, wealth management, personal and small business financial solutions, and cross-border banking services to clients with North American operations, and their U.S. headquarters is in Chicago, Illinois. And at number 2, we have a tie. First up here, we have the Merrick Bank CD at 5.40% APY. They currently have 2 CD terms available at that APY, a 3-month and a 6-month. And with both of those accounts, there's a $25,000 minimum deposit required to open the account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Couple of calculation examples for this one. If you had $25,000 in the 3-month CD at 5.40% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 3 months, that $25,000 would be about $25,331.53. Now, if you had the 6-month CD with Merrick Bank at 5.40% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 6 months, that $25,000 would be about $25,667.46. Merrick Bank was founded in 1997 and is a subsidiary of CardWorks, which was founded in 1987 and headquartered in Woodbury, New York. Merrick Bank specializes in credit programs that assist people looking to build or rebuild their credit, and they offer credit cards, loans, and also various term CD accounts. Also tied at number 2 is the Next Bank 12-month certificate of deposit at 5.40% APY. There's a $25,000 minimum deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited quarterly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this account at 5.40% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 12 months, that $25,000 would be about $26,352.73. Next Bank is a privately held state-chartered bank that was founded in 1922 as Terrell Federal Savings and Loan Association. In 2022, Next Bank became the largest privately held bank in Texas with almost $14 billion in assets. Next Bank offers personal deposit accounts and loans and institutional and commercial banking products. Their headquarters is in Dallas, Texas. And at number 1 is the Total Direct Bank 6-month certificate of deposit at 5.51% APY. As you see right here, this is the CD account that raised its APY recently from 5.45% up to 5.51%. Now, Total Direct Bank also has a 3-month CD available at 5.51% APY. And with their CD accounts, there's a $25,000 minimum deposit required to open them and a maximum deposit amount of $1 million. And with the interest, it is compounded daily and credited monthly. And some fine print associated with Total Direct Bank that I noticed, as you see right there at the top of the screen, it is stated that Total Direct Bank can conduct business anywhere in the U.S. with the exception of Florida, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, and U.S. Virgin Islands. Just wanted to notate that because there are exceptions as to where you can't open up a CD account with Total Direct Bank. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this 6-month CD at 5.51% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 6 months, that $25,000 would be about $25,679.01. In another calculation example, if you had $25,000 in a 3-month CD account with Total Direct Bank with the APY at 5.51% and with the interest compounding daily, after 3 months, that $25,000 will be around $25,337.23. Total Direct Bank is a division of City National Bank of Florida, which was founded in 1946. The parent company of National Bank of Florida is Banco de Crédito y Inversiones, one of Latin America's largest banks and the second largest bank in Chile. Total Direct Bank offers CDs and money market accounts. And that is it with the video. Thank you for watching my breakdown of the top 5 CD accounts ranked by APY. I hope this video helps enlighten your financial education and guides you to make informed decisions with your savings. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more financial tips, education, literacy, reviews, and more. If you have any questions or experiences to share, leave a comment below. Thank you for watching the video. Take care.